Alright, going to show you how to use up some rhubarb. I've got about 1.5 pounds of rhubarb, cinnamon, vanilla, brown sugar, 2 green Granny Smith apples, lemon juice. First thing we're going to do, we're going to core the apples, cut it into pieces. We're also going to chop the rhubarb up, and we're going to add, for every 1 pound of rhubarb, you're going to do a 1/2 cup of sugar. You can use brown sugar, granulated sugar, or honey. I'm using brown sugar. That's the way I like it. So you're going to add the apples, the rhubarb, and the sugar to a pan. Cook it until it is soft. So once you have your apples and your rhubarb and your sugar in a pan, you want to go ahead and bring it up to a you're basically going to cook this until your rhubarb and your apples become soft. So probably about a medium heat. Covering the pan helps. Usually you want to do this for like 5 to 10 minutes. Stir it up, make sure it's not sticking, make sure it doesn't. There's a lot of liquid in rhubarb, and that will actually help the sugar dissolve. That will help everything also get soft easier. The apples will probably take longer than the rhubarb. Alright, for the next step, for every 1 pound of rhubarb, you want 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. You want 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract for every 1 pound of rhubarb. Now I've got almost 2 pounds, so I'm going to do 4. One teaspoon of lemon juice for every pound of rhubarb. Alright, so the next step depends on 1 or 2 things. If you have a bread maker, pour the mixture into your pan. Close your bread maker's lid. Find the jam menu. Mine is menu 11. Press start. It'll be done in 1 hour and 5 minutes, at least for the next step. If you don't have a bread maker, what you want to do is you want to leave the mixture in your pan, stir it up really well, and then you're going to bring it back to a boil. Boil it for about a minute, then reduce the heat and simmer it down until it thickens. You will know that it's thick if you drag a spoon across it and it doesn't cave back in on itself. So you can actually see like you dug a trench with a spoon and it doesn't fold back in on itself. Then what you do next with the stove is shut the heat off, add it to the jars, then water bath can it or stick it in the refrigerator or however you're going to do it. But we'll go ahead and let this run its course. I'll bring you back when I add this to the jars. You want to go ahead and prepare your jars about 15 or 20 minutes before the bread maker is done, or while you're simmering the mixture on your stove. If you're not going to can it, this will store fine in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 weeks. You can also freeze it. Show you what this looks like inside. See how thick it is? So once you've got your jars and pans sanitized, now it's time to fill the jars up. Because the pan is hot, the jars are hot, everything is hot. I'm using 4-ounce jars. Just like you're canning any other jelly, you want it to be some head space if you're going to be canning these. Then it's probably going to drip some when you switch from one jar to the next. If the next jar is not full, that is the first one that gets used up. Want to go ahead and pull our lids. Normally I would wipe the rims down, but because I used the funnel, I know that there was nothing on these. Just put the lids on snug as you would any other canning recipe. They don't have to be on there tight. As you can see, we're boiling. I set the kitchen timer for 10 minutes. And I'll bring you back when that part is done. This is just about ready to be removed as soon as the timer goes off. I want to mention something though. It doesn't matter what kind of rhubarb you use. It doesn't matter if you use brown sugar, granulated sugar, or honey. It doesn't matter what type of apple you use. There are other versions of this recipe online that all show this brightly red image of this rhubarb butter, and it will never look like that. Why? Because all of those other recipes use an AI generated image. That image is fake. It will never be bright red like that. The reason why I'm telling you that is there are so many recipes online using AI generated images now. You might think that rhubarb should be red, but tell me what part of rhubarb is actually red. Where is it going to get that bright red color from when you make it? Same way with apples, everything's that way. There's nothing in this recipe that's going to make this bright red. It's going to look just like apple butter. It's going to be brown. Just like this. And if you're lucky, you'll get to hear it pop. One already popped. I'm not going to make you sit through this and wait on one of these to pop.